For years, the ASAP Rocky vs. ASAP Relli saga has played out like a courtroom thriller nobody asked for, but everybody kept watching. And now, it's ending with a quiet thud instead of an explosive finale. Relli has officially dropped his assault lawsuit against ASAP Rocky, walking away from a case that's been brewing since 2021. But trust me, that's not the whole story, because behind this, I'm moving on with my life energy. There's a much deeper breakdown of reputations, friendship fallout, legal strategy, and a feud that refuses to die quietly. Let's break this down. The falling apart of ASAP Brotherhood. If you're new here, Relli and Rocky weren't just industry acquaintances, they were childhood friends. ASAP mob collaborators. Basically the kind of guys you'd expect to support each other on the come-up. But everything changed after that now infamous incident near a Hollywood hotel in 2021. Relli says Rocky fired a handgun at him twice during an argument. Rocky says it was just a prop gun loaded with blanks. Here's what people are missing. This wasn't just a shooting allegation. It was a complete meltdown of a brotherhood that built one of the most influential rap collectives of the past decade. The criminal trial that set the tone. Prosecutors charged Rocky with 2 felony assault counts back in 2022. This could have cost him 24 years in prison. But Rocky rolled the dice, rejected a plea deal, and went straight to trial. And in February, the jury came back with a full acquittal. Not guilty, no prison time. Rocky walked out thanking the judge and jury for, quote, saving my life. That verdict didn't just clear Rocky legally, it also shifted public opinion. Because once the world heard acquitted, the comments online turned against Relli fast. And that brings us directly to today's plot twist. The civil case that was supposed to be round 2. Even after the criminal case collapsed, Relli still had one card left to play. A civil lawsuit, lower burden of proof, higher chance of winning damages. That trial was scheduled for January 2026, a second courtroom showdown, a chance for Relli to tell his story again. But then, he dropped everything. Just last month, he hired new lawyers. And now, he's pulled the plug entirely. His team is filing paperwork to officially dismiss the case, his lawyer told Billboard. At this point, he's ready to simply move on from the shooting. But let's be real. If you've watched this industry long enough, you know when a statement sounds PR polished. Here's what people are missing. Relli says being labeled a liar, and worse, has eliminated his chances of a career in the industry. That's not light stuff. That's the kind of reputational damage you don't walk back from. So, is he moving on? Or did the court of public opinion make the decision for him? The shade, the strategy, and the still pending beef. Now, here's the twist that everyone keeps skipping. Relli didn't drop everything. He's still suing Rocky and Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, for defamation. Why? Because they went on record calling his shooting claims extortion and a get-rich-quick scheme. These aren't small accusations. These are career killers if they're not true. So while Relli is backing off the assault case, he's doubling down on the fight for his name. But that's not the whole story, because the court actually urged both sides to try mediation before the end of the year. Private talks, behind closed doors, away from cameras. So don't be surprised if something gets negotiated quietly. No cameras, no trial. Just 2 former friends trying to end a saga that went way further than it ever had to. So here we are, a feud that started with gunshot allegations and ended with a civil case disappearing before it ever hit a courtroom. Rocky walks away legally clean. Relli walks away emotionally exhausted. And the ASAP mob brotherhood? Honestly, it may never recover. But one thing's clear. This chapter is ending on paper, not in hearts. And definitely not in headlines. If you want to stay locked into everything happening in this world of celebrity, controversy, and the stories behind the stories, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a breakdown from me, Maya Cole, here on Celeb Scoop today. And trust, there's always another twist coming.